I'm on an adventure. Do you know how cool this building is that we're looking at? You don't yet, but I'm about to explain it to you. It's a Sometimes Vlog! It's a vlog that happens from the middle of the street. Hello everybody. I am traveling now, and we are in the wonderful, amazing, incredible, pretty cool, Old Sac, which is short for Old Sacramento. This last piece of remaining very old Sacramento. It's a little bit foggy in the capital of California. See, I have to talk like that because you start to get kind of brain confused when you're doing stuff like this, because there's so many things I need to tell you. I'm thinking of them all at once, and they're having trouble coming out of my mouth pipe because there's so many things to think about and to say and to talk about. I'm here in Sacramento, California, because earlier today I was in Marysville, California, in court battling for my life. I was breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law, and the law won still. But thankfully they reduced my speeding ticket. I am now eligible for traffic school where I wasn't before, which means a point won't go on my license, which means my insurance won't go up. If you don't live inside of California and that has nothing to do with you, then don't worry about it. But for those of you who do live in California and understand the struggle with the point system and the fact that you can only get however many tickets for your insurance goes up, well, I'm pretty sure it probably works similarly everywhere. You'll know that I'm a very happy person. Basically what happened is this. I went in there, they said, you're going to have to come back a month from now if you want to fight it and see a judge. My whole thing was I just wanted to fight it so I'd be able to take the little traffic school to get the point off my insurance. I had no problem admitting that I was guilty of speeding, but I thought, hey, that's not really fair. They gave me an extra amount of miles over the speed limit because where I had stopped the car and the ticket was written was a lower speed limit than where I actually got clocked speeding, and they wrote the ticket as if the second one, or the first one, the further one, when I stopped was the speeding ticket. You don't understand what I'm saying. So I wasn't going as far over the speed limit as it appeared on the ticket that I was going. Therefore, I should have been eligible for traffic school. Anyway, I went there. The judge was very, very cool. He did see me today, rather than having to come back, because I do live kind of far away. The ticket price was reduced. They gave me 60 more days to pay it, which is awesome. And I can do traffic school now, which means that I will not get a point on my license or my insurance. The bad news, and in case you forgot about this building, in case you forgot about this incredible, amazing building, I'm going to get back to it. The bad news is, as I was leaving Los Angeles yesterday, I spent 2 hours between Disneyland and Burbank, basically, right before the Hollywood Way exit. A woman was in the merging lane. I think she thought she was in a lane, but she wasn't. She was in the merging lane, and then on the shoulder of the freeway, I thought she was just being one of those aggro people going up the shoulder to get around traffic. I saw her. I came to a dead stop because traffic was stopped all around me. And I see her drift closer and closer to my car thinking, she's not gonna hit me. I mean, I'm idling. Then I come to a complete stop and wham! Wham! Right into the right front fender of my vehicle, which was in the shop for months and months, and I finally got back. I really don't care though, because she wasn't hurt. My back is a little sore, but I really wasn't hurt. What's a fender? Anyone know what a fender is? My fender is a little crinkly, but everything's cool. It was her fault. She was a little confused. I know the car is black. She didn't see it. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So I let her get away with it, kinda. I did tell my insurance company what happened. I did give them the information, but I told them, do not pursue her. The amount of damage is not worth her having to pay out of her pocket, or me having to pay out of, you know, the deductible, or have anyone's insurance go up. It wasn't worth it. So hopefully, letting her get away with that was what made my ticket lesson today, because you gotta pay it forward and send good karma into the universe. Anyways, back to this. The Daily Union building in Sacramento. The Daily Union was Sacramento's, I think, oldest newspaper, or second oldest newspaper. Sacramento Bee and the Daily Union fought many, many wars together for many, many years till the Union finally collapsed. Well, this historic building, which was built, I think, after a great fire in 1852 destroyed the original, housed the Sacramento Daily Union. And a young writer by the name of Samuel Langhorne Clemens was down on his luck, out of work. He had come from Virginia City, Nevada to San Francisco, where he had ticked off the cops by writing some articles about how the police were beating up Irishmen and Chinamen for no reason, basically. And was pretty much run out of town. Ended up roaming the hills, going gold mining, hearing a few tall tales about an incredible jumping frog That's right, you might know him by his pen name, Mark Twain. Well, anyways, at a certain point, the luckless, jobless, penniless, no future loser Mark Twain, who is now, I think, approaching 30 or just about 30 years old, a little older maybe, comes along, and the Sacramento Daily Union in 1866 decides to send young Mark Twain to the Sandwich Islands. They will pay him in gold a certain amount per letter to go to the Sandwich Islands and write articles for them about his trip. It was this trip to the Sandwich Islands, which we now call Hawaii, which catapulted Mark Twain to fame because there was a ship on which a crew was stranded at sea. I can't even remember the name of it now because I'm being distracted by a friend of mine who's standing on the other side of this, which we'll get to in a second. And he got an exclusive interview with all the survivors and all the things. So Mark Twain finally, his name went far and wide as a newspaper as a journalist. See, I'm very befuddled right now. It's been a long day. Anyway, this is the historic site from which Mark Twain was sent out to Hawaii. It was his experiences in Hawaii, which was still very exotic and very crazy, a very far away destination in 1866, just at the end of the Civil War, which Mark Twain first came back to San Francisco and did lectures about. It was during these lectures that the mass public who came out to hear, lectures were kind of like concerts back then. People came out to listen to people speak because it was the only way you would learn all this new information. There was no TV, there was no radio, there were newspapers, but you got to see the person live and in person giving you their, impressions of what they saw. So people went out to these lectures to hear Mark Twain discuss the Sandwich Islands. It was there they discovered that he was funny. He sort of became the first American rock star, and it was from those lectures that he was offered more money to go around the world and go to Europe and the Holy Land, discuss what he saw in Europe and the Holy Land. And he turned those into his first book, The Innocents Abroad, his second book, Roughing It, in which he details his travels in California, and this time period that I'm discussing also includes at the end of it the articles that he wrote about visiting Hawaii, which were written for this newspaper, the Sacramento Daily Union. So for me, it's pretty cool to come here. The ticket positivity happened. Yes, some negativity happened last night with my car, but it's pretty cool to come lay hands, I hope these are the original bricks, on a piece of history. A building which I'm sure has been restored multiple times to have lasted this long, but a place where Mark Twain himself would have come and talk business. He doesn't write too much about Sacramento in Roughing It, but he was definitely here in this building. So any place where my homie Mark came, I must also make pilgrimage to. Of course, the other benefit of being near Marysville and Sacramento is that I get to visit my best friend, Allie, who's been patiently standing here in the cold the entire time that I've been babbling on and on about Mark Twain and my car. Hello, Allie.
Hello.
So now we've gone record shopping down here, and I have dragged her out into the freezing cold to walk around a bunch of old buildings and talk about a writer whose books she has not yet read, but maybe soon. Anyway, that's all I have for now. Subscribe for some more Weird Sometimes vlogs. I'll be back tomorrow. I love all of you. Bye-bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.